Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Slow Yoga. I'm Linda Premanandhi. I'm a yoga teacher and trainee yoga therapist. I'm just going to do quite a short practice with you today based on all fours. We'll be on our hands and knees and will help to take the load off the spine and will also give the internal organs a nice massage, elongate the limbs, giving them a nice stretch, and most importantly of all, help us to get the breath into the three lobes of the lungs in a really slow, mindful way. I teach in the tradition of Gitananda, and this is a wonderful, wonderful tradition. Let's come on to all fours and get started. Now, some people who have sensitive knees may want to use a little pad. I tend to have sensitive knees these days, so I use a pad under my knees. You could use a little towel or a little blanket, something like that. And just coming on to all fours. This is Chatus asana. Now the important thing is to start off with, I tend to bring my knees under my hips. The posture is taught with the knees together, but I have a little bit of a problem with one hip and this exacerbates it. So I'm just going to bring my knees under my hips, but please you try the practice with your knees together. My hands are placed under my shoulders. My shoulders feel fine with this. Some people need to put their hands slightly forward to take a little bit of pressure off the shoulders, but my hands are under. They are not splayed open, they're quite closed, and I'm thinking of pressing my weight into the knuckles and into the palm of the hand and into the fingers as opposed to into the wrists, which can give us a little bit of a problem if we have sore wrists or maybe we're nursing osteoporosis or an injury. The wrists and bone density will grow in strength with yoga, but you need to be mindful of what your particular needs are. So I'm thinking always of pressing into the palms and into the fingers, not into my wrists. So this is Chatus asana. This is the four-footed position. And obviously we do quite a lot of our work on all fours in yoga. And we're thinking here of a neutral spine. So we're not dipping the spine, we're maybe extending the head forward a little, so the crown of the head comes forward. You're looking at the mat, and maybe the tailbone is an inclination that it's going backwards, but not too far back, not too far forward. So Chatus asana. Okay, so you can come back, and just if you do feel a little bit of pressure in the wrists, maybe you can sit back on your heels, rotate the wrists in one way, rotate them in the other. Maybe just give the fingers a little workout, maybe shake off any tension. And if you are new to yoga, this may be something that feels a little bit of a hurdle, having sore wrists, but if you work slowly and mindfully and just make sure you shake off any tension and do some wrist exercises, you should feel that in a few weeks, in a few months, you know, the pressure on the wrists will not really impact your practice, but it's an individual practice, so everybody will progress in a different way. So we're going to do the Chatus Kriya, and literally, and taking that away for a moment, that is just about walking around on your hands and knees, and you might think this is a bit strange, but this is a really, really beautiful way to get into all of the joints. You're placing the weight on the hands, on the knees, you're crawling around your mat. And because we stand a lot during the day, and we were four-footed animals, if you believe in evolution, and we came to be bipeds, we learned to stand up, and of course what that meant was that it put a lot of pressure, and I'm just crawling around my mat. Yes, you are right, I'm crawling around my mat. We put a lot of pressure on our vertebrae and also our organs during the day are kind of dropping down, you know, so this kind of crawling around, even if you just did this before getting into bed, gives your spine a little bit of a break from gravity, and it allows the organs to hang down in a slightly different way, gives them a bit of relief, encouraging blood flow, encouraging a little bit of an internal massage. This is wonderful for pregnant ladies. I'm not teaching pregnancy yoga here specifically, but I do teach it. And this is one thing I teach my pregnant students, that they can allow the baby then to drop into the hammock of the stomach. And also, we know what being pregnant can do to backache. So this can be really a kind of relief. So just coming to sit a little couple of minutes while I just explain something. So Yoga Maharishi Swami Gitananda taught in this way, and also was really keen on the crawling around on the Chatus Kriya, because he always referred, you know, we look at babies and how they crawl around and we think, well, they only crawl around because they can't stand up and walk yet, and that's a learning process for them, and of course that's true. But also Swami Gitananda used to refer to the fact that they crawl around in order to be able to walk. So they are exercising, they are feeling their way, they are growing the density in the bone, they are using all of their muscles, they're learning coordination, and this is the way that we all start off. Okay? So it's not something that needs to be discarded. It can still be part of your practice, and that is Chatus Kriya, crawling around. Really reminds us of where we came from as well, which can be quite nice to have that reminder now and again. So we are now going to move on to another posture, which is, and another Kriya. Kriya is movement with breath. We start in Chatuspadasana, and we just line ourselves up. We start to feel comfortable, and we are going to do something called Vyagraha Pranayama, which is the tiger breath. So we become tigers here, not cats, okay? We become big cats with a lot of power, and this practice is going to exercise the diaphragm that falls and lifts as we breathe in and out. It will also help us to get the breath into the lower, mid and upper chest. So you start with a neutral spine. We're going to do it with a count of 6. And I'm just going to show you the actual movement first. We're going to breathe in and really see if we can lead with the tailbone pointing up. You feel the diaphragm, you feel the belly stretch. The chest opens, the heart comes forward, and we can, kind of look upwards. If that's okay for the neck, it's fine. If it's not, to look ahead. And this is your in breath, okay? The out breath, you're pressing your hands into the floor. You're bringing the tailbone towards the pubic bone, and the belly comes to the spine. And you're really trying to drop the neck as much as you can. Don't hold on to the head. It's heavy, but it won't fall off, okay? So you breathe in, and the tailbone lifts, the belly stretches. You're looking forward, the heart comes forward, collarbone spread. You're breathing out, and you're pressing through the fingers, not the wrist. Belly comes to the spine, head drops down. So let's see if we can practice that together. Let's do 6 rounds. So starting off in Chatuspadasana, we're going to do it for the count of 6 in and the count of 6 out. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do another 5 rounds. Breathing in, lead with the tailbone, slowly uncurling, thinking about the lower, mid and upper lungs. And breathing out, lower, mid and upper lungs. Drop the head, release the neck. Breathing in. and out. Slowly working, breathing in. Press into the fingers, the knuckles, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. I'm going to do another two because I'm enjoying so much I've lost count. Breathing in. We tend to do things in multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 18, 27, up to 108, whatever you like. And breathe out. And we'll take the weight off the hands by turning the palms upwards. You can bring the bottom back to your heels if you can manage that. Maybe you need a cushion under the bottom, whatever is suitable for you. And just release. Just release. And breathing in, come back up. I'll just face you. Again, maybe some rotations of the wrists, one way and the other. Just opening out the joint and letting the blood flow through, taking the pressure off. It can be quite nice to bring the hands together, make a little fist, and do this kind of piston action with the arms and do it the other way. And that can be quite good. And just getting rid of any tension that you're holding on to, shaking the hands. Because tension does build up a little bit when you're trying to grow strength or when you're doing something that the body's not used to doing, and that can just be what it's all about, really. Okay, so we are now going to come to do Shalamba, Shalamba Asana. So that is the griffin pose. So let's come onto all fours. Again, placing your hands, but not opening them too much. We need to conserve energy in this practice, so don't grip them closed, but they're not splayed open. Okay, so coming into all our nice all fours, Chatus Asana. We're going to lift the right leg first, but we're going to think of extending it before we lift it, okay? So we're going to breathe in, looking up, and lift it. Now don't worry about lifting it too high. I want you to keep the hips facing the floor, the hip points facing the floor. So if you think, oh, I've got to get it high, and you open your hip, no, it's about keeping it down, because we are practicing a pranayama here, not just a kriya, which involves pranayama. It's not just a physical practice. And bringing the knee back. So that's one side. Breathing in. We lift up and look up, so we're stretching. And breathing out, we bring it down. So that's the movement, and just demonstrating. So we're going to do 6 on either side. So we breathe in for 6 as we lift, and we breathe out for 6 as we come back. So let's try it together. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Really extend. Breathe out. Notice the breath. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Make this our last round on the right. Breathe in. Nice arch. Breathe out. And just take the weight off the hands for a moment before we go to the other side. You could start with 3. If you were practicing at home, you could do 3, then build up to 6. Whatever suits you. Remember that doing things step by step little by little, starting with the beginning is always the best way to progress safely. Breathe in here, come up to all fours again. And also, we're doing a short practice here, but please, whenever you are practicing, make sure you drink water. Take water to the mat, little cup or whatever. Make sure you keep hydrated. Breathing in, left leg. Don't have to worry about pointing or flexing, just keep the hip points down. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly and mindfully. Working deeply and strongly in your own way. And out. We'll just do another 3 there. Breathing in. Notice how it stretches the belly. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last round here. Breathing in. And out. And you could come back onto the heels. You could bring the hands behind if that felt nice. Allowing the shoulders to come down and around. Okay, come up. And again, a little work for the hands. Maybe shake them out. We'll do our final practice here. So we will do the chili kriya, which means we're going to bring the knee towards the nose. Chili kriya is like a cricket action. So let's try and do 6 on either side. Coming into your position. We're not moving hands in this practice, okay? It's just going to be the legs. So breathing in, up you come. And out, keep the knee up high, nice and tight, towards the chin, towards the nose. It doesn't need to touch, mine won't. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. Really extend so you can get the leg high. Out. Just do 2 more. Breathing in. And out. Compressing one side of the lungs. Breathing in. And out. And come back to a seated position and take a little moment. These practices can sometimes flag up an imbalance, either in the body or in the breath. Because as we're bringing our knee in, obviously we're compressing one side, so we need to push the air into the other side. Also, our internal organs are having a massage. They're being squeezed and then released. Okay? So just try 6 on the other side to finish this practice. Yeah, set yourself up. Make sure you're feeling happy, nice, neutral spine. Breathe in, left goes back and up. You're looking forward and chest is opening. You're lifting up, you're not sinking here. Lifting up. Breathing out. Bring it in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing into the lower, mid and upper chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more rounds. Remembering that sometimes what seems simple to look at can be challenging to execute, and that The simpler, slower, more mindful practices, subtler practices, can be the most powerful. I think we'll just do another 2 because I've again lost count. I do that when I'm talking to you. I'm breathing in and out. Squeeze. Last time in. And last time out. Bring the knee down and come to sit in Vajrasana. And we just will do some more rotations just to make sure before we finish the practice that our wrists feel okay, and a little bit of making a fist and just letting go of the tension. And again, this nice kind of piston movement as you're making a fist can be really nice for massaging the wrists. And shake it out and sit tall. And just have a moment of noticing with a nice erect spine. You can sit in Sukhasana, simple cross-legged, Padmasana if it's in your practice, locust position, but you can sit in Vajrasana upon your knees. So lotus, Vajrasana, Sukhasana, your choice, up on a chair if you need to, or lie down. Just taking a few moments just to notice. Notice the breath. And we can have a few moments Shavasana. It's always wise to finish your yoga practice with the most important pose of Shavasana, which is corpse pose, which allows you to enjoy the benefits of being a corpse without having to die for it, which is quite nice. You can have your heels together, the head pointing north so that you are in line with the Earth's electromagnetic field. That always makes sense for us to be in line with that. The hands can be placed down if you prefer, or I prefer my palms upward. Heels can be together, or if you feel that's not comfortable for the hips, you can have them open. And just close the eyes for a few moments. And let go in your Shavasana. Take as long as you need. If you're obviously practicing at home, you take what you need. So important to end your practice with Shavasana, allowing the energy to calm down, allowing a space where you can notice what's going on in your mind, your body, your breath, after you've practiced. So please, when you are ready, you can come up to sit and finish the practice with me, or you are welcome to stay down and relax as long as you like. Draw your hands together at the heart if you want to finish with me. Bow your head towards your fingers. Hands are in Namaskar Mudra at the heart. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this short practice of Chatus Padasana and the Kriyas that also were part of the practice, the Vyagraha, Pranayama, the Salaba Kriya, and also the Chiri Kriya. They are beautiful practices. If you like the content on my channel, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. My aim is to share and care, and I'd like as many people as possible to have the benefit of the practices. Thank you. Namaste.